I am Thomas Gatt. I'm 23 years old, 24 in June. I consider myself outgoing, friendly, and always looking forward for new opportunities. I've just graduated from MCAST recently, but I started my business way back in 2008. My business belongs to the IT sector. The name that I used back then was TG Development, and as you can assume, TG stands for my name, Thomas Gatt, and development because my job basically involves creation of websites, websites on the internet that is, and other web applications for prospective clients. My job is to create online presence for companies, for startups, for other companies and other types of businesses, and custom web applications that that improve the company's productivity. To start with, I always loved the job. Meaning I was always fascinated by how it all works, so I just wanted to start doing it myself, sort of. So at the age of 14, I just wanted to start. I looked up on the internet on how to start, and using online tutorials, I managed to create my very own simple websites, my very own applications. And then after a few years, I of course mastered the job and just wanted to form something. I wanted to offer the service to the public, to the general public. In fact, during my secondary school days, I used to create the Scholastic Year website, where it featured student profiles, the class timetable, and other related school material, basically. So for every year, if I remember correctly, Form 3, 4 and 5, I used to create the websites for every year, and that was my first online project where it all started. So back then, my only equipment was just my laptop. All right, I just had my laptop and my brain basically. The challenges were quite a few. The first challenge that I had to face was the actual fact that I had no projects to showcase. I had no clients. So my first client had just trusted just by previous school work that I did, and that's it. So that was one of the challenge. Other challenges were, of course, support and finance, for the simple reason that I'm just on my own. So I had basically to use the internet for support, and of course finance. At that stage, I was just 18 years old. I had no money, no nothing. So I think those were the most two challenges that I had to face. So I think my greatest success would be the fact that to date I have quite a good number of clients, and I've developed a quite good number of projects, yet I've never spent a single euro for advertising. Basically, it's all word of mouth. I've used that marketing tool, word of mouth, and not a single penny, as they say. Well, I think first of all you just have to love your job. Plus that, you have to believe in yourself, and if you combine the two, you just I think you will be successful enough. That's what I think. Well, there are quite a number of values that you must have when you're in a business. I think the first value that you have to that you need is basically honesty. So you need to be honest with your clients, You have to keep your promises. Okay, so if you promise your client that you will deliver, you have to deliver. All right. Otherwise, don't make promises. I also think that you have to respect the client, and the client will probably respect you back. So respect is earned, right? And apart from that, you also have to be reliable. Okay, so being reliable improves your business after all. Well, running your own business is not as easy as it sounds. I think the most important barriers to avoid is accepting a very risky project. When a client approaches you, I suggest that you do a risk assessment on the project. If the project is too risky, I would recommend not going for it. I think that would be the best thing to do when it comes to accepting new projects. Yes, in a competitive environment, you must be aware of your strengths and weaknesses. Since Malta is very small, the problem is that a lot of companies were formed recently offering the same service. Well, my strength would be being on my own. It may be a weakness, but in this sense, it's quite a strength for the simple reason that the costs are, of course, kept low. Yet the quality offered is still of a very high standard. Considering the growth of my business, my plan is to grow my business further, provide additional services to my clients, and grow into other markets in Malta, and who knows, internationally. Although when you're starting a business, the business plan is actually required, and the market study is actually required and necessary, I do think that you just have to think of the right idea at the right time, and you just go for it.